Yeah, so Simon, I think, very smartly is thinking of different ways to, to draw income, but also to become a resource to the clay community. And he has this great space for it and sees the demand for, people really wanting that intensive wood fire experience in a workshop.
Do I hang that from a rear view mirror?
He thought to, I think for the third year now, have this workshop and has been inviting guest artists to present with him during the cooling of the kilns.
The Intimate Anagama workshop is limited in attendance, intentionally, so it improves quality, and each participant then gets a larger amount of work out of the kiln to take home.
With that powder, for it to slide around so the shrinkage isn't an issue as much as it would be with those blank discs.
I find this is the pace of teaching that I like. Each student is well attended to, and each student comes away with a sense of the whole, and a sense that they can do this process themselves. Mimic this, reiterated that, and brought this up. Now this dips. I designed the Intimate Anagama workshop so that students could come, bring their work, be guided through the loading of their own work. They'd be placing the pots, making informed choices, and have their questions answered. Then they would brick up the kiln and fire it, and we would guide them through that firing process, teaching them techniques and stoking rhythms and how to think about flame and air and atmosphere. It's been an empowering process for the attendees because they spend time alone with this large kiln as well as in community, firing over 900 pots in a period of about 6 days. Adam and I are using the 2 days before we unload while the kiln is cooling to demo our making process, talk about the rhythms and challenges that face being a contemporary American potter. So the goal here is to merge this in so it looks like a part of the rest of the pot. I find this a really good use of the cooling time. It's not very energy demanding on the tired students, but it informs the process of the pots that are going to come out and how the students might go about selling them, how they're going to think about them, and what they might make next time. The goal is to empower the students with techniques. Plus, Adam and I are both available for critiques during this workshop, so it's an opportunity for individual feedback from an artist such as Adam or I. I brought in a visiting artist named Adam Field who makes work very different than mine. Although Adam started out wood firing, he now makes gas-fired work, which is very accessible to some of the students.
Because now that I'm throwing this, for the first time today, I'm realizing how gritty this clay is. Because I'm washing all of those fine particles away when I'm making an engie jar, I can't tell that. I'm a studio potter living in Helena, Montana. I make 2 different types of pottery. One is traditional Korean fermentation vessels, where I apprenticed in Korea for all of 2008 to learn that technique. And I make functional porcelain tableware and decorative pieces with a lot of geometric carving and high-fired porcelain nails. The importance of play and exploration in the work. Also, they can come away from this just realizing the realities of what it is to be a studio potter full-time. Not that all of them have that as a goal, but I think the more that people understand what goes into it, the more they can appreciate it as a whole.
I'd like the students to take away an organizational understanding of wood firing, in a sense that they can do it themselves, if they had access or rented a wood-fired kiln. I'd like them to feel that they could actually load, fire to temperature, and have successful pots in the end.